First of all, hi. How are you? Good.
Good.
I recognize some faces. Were you at an event, like at the one show? Or something? No.
I was.
You were at the event. You were, of course,
Yes,
you. Yes.
of
Yes. I remember. And did you come to City College for the open house?
I did.
You did. Great. So I'm here to talk about the sort of like kind of brand new. We've been around for like 3 years now. New graduate program in branding and integrated communications at City College, CUNY too. So we're family, we're related. We offer 3 different tracks. One creative track, which I lead. I'm the director of the creative track. We have a PR and strategy, a PR track. We have a strategy and management track. The beauty of the program is that it's truly an integrated program. There are other programs out there. If you want a career in communications, advertising, right? New media. There are a bunch of interesting programs out there. Like VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University, has a great program, right? Miami Ad School and Portfolio Center, you could go there and get a portfolio to get a job. But I'll tell you what's good and what's bad. What's good about VCU is that they do give you a master's degree, so after the money that you spend, which is a lot of money, and especially if you're like from New York, because that's Virginia, you're like out of state. But for the money you pay, you do get a master's degree, which comes in handy because, as you know, that the master's is the new bachelor's, right? And also, it could come to your rescue in the future if you want. Like it happened to me. I have an MFA, Master's in Fine Arts. You will be getting, if you sign up for BIC, you will be getting an MPS, which is a Master's in Professional Studies, which is actually what they call a terminal degree. Now, the first time I heard the term terminal degree, I thought it had to do with just dying soon, right? But no, terminal is actually a great thing. A terminal degree is like the PhD, like a doctorate for other disciplines. But in our discipline, the creative arts, there's no doctorate in creativity. So if you hold an MA, a Master's in Arts, that's not a terminal degree because there's like something on top of it. But an MPS, Master's in Professional Studies, which is what we offer, it's a terminal degree because it's you have a lot of hands-on experience. Hence the P, the professional part of it, because you're required to have a portfolio to graduate. So you could do great, like take all the classes, but if you don't have a portfolio that represents you, and if you don't defend that portfolio in front of a panel of industry judges, you don't graduate. But good news is we're pretty, you have 2 years to reinvent yourself, and everyone comes up with great stuff. Mostly everyone. There's always someone, but that's not you. If you're here, that means that you care, and you will do great. So that's that in terms of the degree. So Virginia Commonwealth University, like I said, gives you a master's degree, and their creative program is pretty good, but they're not about the integration. It's like they do have strategy and planning track. They do have a creative track. They even have a technology track, but they don't have PR. PR they don't have. We do have PR. But the beauty of what we do is that you learn about all 3 tracks. You specialize in creative if that's what you want to do. We look like for what the industry is looking for, which is they call it T-shaped professionals. T-shaped professionals. Basically, they're broad, like the top of a T, right? You know about all these areas. You know about, you're savvy, like in social media, like everything digital, like technology. This, you know about all these things. But there's one area that's the STEM. That's where you really know your stuff, right? So that's what we are aiming for. And I'll tell you how the program came into being. Our program director, Nancy Tagg, she's brilliant. She's She's a creative director. She was like a big creative director at this agency called Dentsu. And anything that she does, she's kind of like those, like, you know, type A personalities, like, you know, super driven, like, you know, right? She's always on, right? I'm not like that. But she set out to find out what the industry needs. She thought, you know, well, there's a bunch of programs out there, right, that prepare students, but they teach them stuff that's, you know, a couple of years back. In the way, like, things, I mean, everything changes every year, right? Like right now, like for instance, like for the past like few years, there's no media department at agencies, because, you know, now for some reason that's obsolete if you have it in house, you know? Things like that. Everything keeps on changing. Then a few years ago, if you work on digital, you did banners, and you were kind of like the red-headed stepchild of, you know, of the industry, right? Now it's like digital is king, you know. You know, it's like TV, print is sort of like that. You know, so everything changes. So all these programs that have been there for a while, they're kind of like stuck in time. I mean, they're good. I mean, you're gonna walk out of there with a lot of skills. But we figure out, you know, we decided to find out what the industry needs. Like, who's gonna be, what can you have as a candidate, as a brand new professional, or as a professional, mid-level professional that's sort of like reinventing himself or herself. What can you have so that employers would salivate over you? So that's another great thing about the program is, like, everyone who teaches, basically there's no theory per se. Like, everyone who teaches that, you know, we kind of like walk the walk. We talk the talk, but we walk the walk. So everyone, a lot of like most of the faculty, it's like adjunct faculty. You know, they work. They have, like, you know, great jobs during the day. They work at some of the best agencies, PR, advertising, and then they come at night and they teach because they love to. They contact the students. They feel like the students keep them current, right? And so you have, and as a student in a program like big, where we handpick the best of the best to teach you, it's great because you're in a very, it's sort of like you're in a privileged situation, because you're kind of like buddies, you know. You're kind of like, they care about you because and they take you under their wing, you know. So you have access. I mean, that's why, like Ben was saying, like, classes will be held at agencies, you know. And when you go there, they'll introduce you to people, you know. You see how an agency works, you know. If you're looking for an internship, you ask your professors, and they'll want to help you. You know? Students got jobs from their professors. Students got leads from their professors. Students got a great, like, mentorship from their professors. So that's the advantage of being in New York, because it's like the media capital of the world, right? So everyone, all the good places are here, and the people who work for the good places are here. And sometimes they're so fed up with work, you know, so like burned out, that for them to take the subway up to a beautiful campus, neo-Gothic campus up in Harlem, and hang out with, like, the new generation, they do that for themselves, you know. So it goes both ways. So that's kind of like a good thing about the program. So we asked people. We organized this summit that was, like, before the program was launched in early 2013. And we invited, again, the top people from the creative department, from the strategy department, all sorts of people. And we asked them, you know, what do you wish in an ideal world? Who is it that you wish would be working for you? And then we had this, like, moderator, this, you know, one of those, like, facilitators that come, and they make a lot of money, and they just basically make people talk, you know, and that's what they do. But we had one of those, and so she kind of like got the best out of everyone. So we knew that integration was, like, a big deal. Like, a professional that actually understands new media, a professional that's a creative that actually understands how, like, media buying works in, like, today's world, or you know, a PR associate that actually is able to think creatively. You know, they love it, you know. And, you know, I have to tell you, some of our most creative students except from Ben, who's like from the creative track, but some of our most creative students are not from the creative track. Are there like from management, or and they switch like Megan. You know Megan?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like strategy and management. And she realized that she really loved creative because you work in teams, multidisciplinary teams. So when you have to come up with a strategy, you work with a planning student that thinks about the strategy. You work with a PR person that thinks about how to like amplify everything and thinks about the social media aspect and this and that. So you learn from them. You learn from them and they learn from you. So the first year, the first semester, it's common to like everyone. There's like some foundational classes that everyone has to take, right? So I co-teach. There's 2 sessions of this one class, idea development, which is basically a class on creativity, how to think creatively. My goal as an instructor is to demystify creativity, because I see students that they start out, they're all tense and they think that they should like be, receive like kind of like a lightning like strike of divine inspiration, right? And that either you have it or you don't, right? I spent the whole semester trying to make them realize that creativity is something you can work at. You can work at, and if you're passionate about it and you kind of like keep on, you need to fuel it, then you'll do great. But you can work at it. It's not like it's not divine inspiration. It's remember the lecture I did? Were you there when I did the lecture on creativity being nothing more and nothing else than a new combination of all things? Like people think that, oh my God, I need to like invent a new color, or oh, how come there's like no new like musical notes? But the truth is, day after day after day, for thousands of years, we've been blessed and surprised, with like amazing expressions of the human intellect and soul that move us, and they are using the same musical notes, the same colors, the same everything. There's nothing new under the sun. What's new is like what you do with it. So I always tell them this anecdote of Gutenberg, the guy who changed the world, right? Printing press, right? The inventor of the printing press. So one day, after lunch, he just said, I'm gonna chill, right? So he just went out and took a walk, right? And he saw some peasants there, like pressing some grapes to make wine, right? So, I'll drink some when I come back. So he kept on walking, and then he saw some guys like minting coins, right? Probably some forgers. Anyway, minting coins. Then, he went under a tree, took a nap, had some weird dream, and in his mind, he combined the wine press with the thing that they used to mint the coins. And bingo, printing press. What if you, instead of wine, you just like use ink, and what if you put paper there, and one of the most amazing like creative inventions happened. But it was just a new, unexpected combination of old boring stuff that was there all the time. So when it comes to creativity, the arts, right? Any discipline, like literature, theater, painting, advertising, if we want to consider it an art. I don't, but it's a great way to make a living. And same thing. But what you need to do, I think we can teach you, we can give you the tools. We can teach you, and in this program we will teach you. We can give you everything that you need to know. We can expose you to everything so you see how to combine things, what the method to the madness is. What we cannot do for you is we cannot inject passion to you, because it takes a lot of passion to, like Gutenberg, knew about the wine press and the other thing, because he just took a walk and was open to the world. You need to be open to the world, and you need to watch movies. You need to be like savvy, like know all about pop culture. You need to like read about philosophy. You need to just be aware of like high intellectual philosophical stuff, and lowbrow Beavis and Butthead cartoons. Because what you need to create, a compost. Like you need to be your own walking unique. Because we're all unique, right? It's like we're all exposed to different things. So your goal is to have an open mind and hoard as many experiences as you can, and just be as eclectic as you want in your tastes and everything, so that when you need to create like that on demand, right? You have like with you have like library, like you have like you have stuff to mix and match, right? So that's very important. That we cannot give you. We can expose you to people that are doing amazing things. We can let you cross-register and take classes in other CUNY schools. So if you want to take a theater class, if you want to take like a typography class, because we are not. There's something very important too. Like you all are you all like design students? Now, why don't you tell me like a little bit about yourselves actually before? Because I would like to make sure to cater to your, to what your goals are. Maybe like you're all management students and you go, what is he talking about? Mm-hmm. So really, so you tell me. Well, I know you are creative, right?
Yeah. I'm in the advertising module in my last year.
Advertising, great. What about you?
I work here, but I'm an alumni here.
Uh-huh.
And I was invited by a mirror,
uh-huh,
who is one of my understudies at my department, and I have a marketing management B.I.C.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted to go back to school for my master's, but
you can get it for free if you work for CUNY. Do you work for CUNY?
That's the thing. I'm part-time. I'm not with CUNY yet. That's the thing. I'm under a different contract.
Oh, I see.
So that's the only issue to financing. But as far as just trying to bring back the creative thoughts and have that light that struck my head, like, what do I want to do? And like, hopefully, like, it's great that you're here to do that, because when I was here, I never came to know like one of these events because we didn't have them. So everything I was doing, it was just going to class and learning the actual concrete of things, but not going by like doing internships or just even sitting here and just taking note and taking key of studies or what I need to do. So right now I'm trying to figure out from a creative level, like how can I take my marketing management skills or things I do have prior knowledge of and twist it back into school now and back into a career that I really want to do. Because you said PR early and it kind of struck a quote me because
You could go for the PR track is great. The PR track director, her name is Professor Angela Chikara. I could give you her email. You could write to her. You could go talk to her.
So is that like incohesive with marketing management? Because that's why I want to know, like, what is marketing?
Everything is cohesive, right? Yeah. It's like, well, like I actually want to hear like everybody's story. So.
Yes.
But no. But I want to give everyone the same amount of attention. So I'm addressing her questions, but please do know that I will address all of yours.
Okay.
So, like just the first year, for instance, everyone, no matter whether you're creative, PR, or strategy management, you take idea development, which is the class I teach, and which is about how to service a brand or a message through creativity and through design elements, and you learn about like how color speaks, type speaks. How could you but first you need to do like a reflective exercise, trying to figure out who you are, what as a brand, what's your mission, what's your vision, what are your objectives. So it's very conceptual. It's all about ideas, but it's also about execution and using art and creativity at the service of commerce or social good, the social good, you choose. So, B.I.C as a program, we're very much focused into the public, into doing social good, like what they call social marketing, that everyone thinks is about like Facebook and stuff. No, social marketing is applying principles of marketing to good causes, that make the world a better place. So we're all about that.
Wow.
So, and we have your second year, you have 2 capstones, 2 collaborative classes with real clients that pay to have you do work for them. Like right now they're working on Universal Music Group from London. Yeah. They came from London, and they're just redefining music. They're it's a great project. And Universal Music Group paid $15,000 that so that the students could develop this, so they can use them, and you could use the money to
Just to
develop
use their
it.
thoughts.
What's that?
Just to use their thoughts, their innovative ideas on what they should do as a company to.
I mean, they use their fresh thinking. You know, they will. Yeah, they own the work. So, so that's that. But then the other capstone, the first semester, is non-profit, and it's actually taught by Professor Douglas Davis from here, right? He teaches that capstone, the non-for-profit. So the first year we did Columbia Children's Hospital. This last year they did like the Colin Powell School of Leadership. So it's always like non-profit clients. So anyway, so first year you have idea development, but then you have a strategy class. So you learn about strategic thinking. Even if you're creative, you know, PR, same classes. You learn, you have another class, you have a research class with a woman from Y&R, Jana Rubicam, the agency, who's like all about like, you know, quantitative, qualitative, you know, databases, this and that. It's all about like, you know, research. And you have to learn it. Even if you're in a creative track, you need to learn about that, right? Those are the classes you need to take. Second semester, you start going more like, focusing more on your area of interest. If you're a creative, you take multimedia executions, where you learn, second semester you take creative concepts, which basically, by studying print, like 2D advertising, you learn about how to turn a strategy, how to work on a strategy, and how to turn a strategy into a creative concept and into a campaign. So you do that, and that knowledge you could apply then the next semester to all different platforms. You know, next semester you take like multimedia executions, where you learn how to amplify, you know, your thinking into digital, stunts, you know, non-traditional, print, TV, all sorts of things. So there's like a brand experience class that's all about how you connect with brands, you know, and all that stuff. You know, if you look at the job, what companies want, they want people who understand like brand experience. They want people who understand like digital, you know, who are digitally savvy. They want people, again, integration. Because you know, you take all these classes, you don't just go there for creative classes. You take all these classes, you learn all this stuff, and also for your capstone, you work in interdisciplinary groups, so you learn from each other. Then when you get out of it, there's the whole integration thing. It's second nature for you. You think like in an integrative mode. That's how you think. So that's why our graduates are highly valuable, because you can go to a portfolio center or to Miami Ad School, and they'll teach you how to do ads. And you come up with a portfolio with ads. You won't have a master's degree. You'll probably pay the same amount of money or more. But but there's no depth to your thinking. It's just like, okay, we are doing ads. But we're not about doing ads. We're about like, I mean, who cares if you end up with a portfolio that doesn't show ads? Maybe you show like, you know, flash mobs, you know, something like stunts, combined with content, you know, content creation. Different students, you know, we tailor. There's no one type of portfolio at BIC. Because also we're a small program, we work with each one of you to figure out what makes you tick, what's unique about you. Megan, this one student, who was like a part of the management track, who switched to creative, she had a degree in architecture, and she loved architecture. And then when she realized that she loved creative, she realized that she wanted to switch to the creative track to be able to apply that knowledge to like buildings, to like selling buildings, you know, or to creating experiences within like spaces. She wanted to apply her creativity to architecture. So her portfolio will be very, very different from someone else who wants to be all about like social media, whatever. And that's okay. So we connect you with the right people. We help you so that you develop a portfolio that's tailored to who you are. So so to answer your question, it is. You get like everything you need. What do you like to do?
Oh, hey, I'm Jillian. I met Amira not too long ago, actually just less than a week ago, at a career workshop. And I went to Brew College for computer information systems. And I took a couple of classes in graphic design. And right now I actually work at my alumni group college, and I do some of the graphic designs for one of the departments. I do some of the signage there. I'm looking into graduate programs, creative graduate programs. I've been looking to SBA, Pratt, all those art schools, and I just came here to just get some information about this program. Because SBA is very expensive, and the course is very long and extensive. They have like 63 credit programs, and
this one's 36.
Yeah, so this is very appealing.
No, and also all classes take place at night because pretty much everyone works, and so typical classes start at 6:30 most of them. Maybe one class starts at 6, but 6:30, and you're done by like 9 or 8:30 if you start at 6. Usually you have like 3 classes a week, right? 3 classes a week, and yeah, I mean there's a lot of work to be done and all of that, but yeah, you can do it. You can work and do it. We have many students who work. Also, if you're like a New York resident, tuition is not that much compared to other schools. Ben will tell you. Ben will be here. He'll answer all your questions in terms of like how to apply and all of that. The application deadline, it was extended. It's like next week on the 15th. What I would recommend if you want to apply is to just like go to the site and start the process. Even if you don't have everything, even if all you have is a resume, just show your intention and upload your resume, your name, whatever, and then you can complete it later. But that way we know that you're interested. And then if you need to work on your portfolio, if you have questions or anything, you can email me. We'll help you. I will help you. Like Ben too. Ben's great. Ben's been helping some fellow city techers. So, but it's important. So if you don't have everything, that doesn't matter. Just get in there. Just show us that you care before the April 15th, because that's kind of like a procedural thing. It's CUNY, lots of bureaucracy and stuff like that. And you do need a portfolio if you're applying to the creative track. You do need a portfolio. The portfolio, we ask that you have like 3 advertising campaigns. Sometimes people that didn't have that have shown other work. It's okay. If you happen to have 3 advertising campaigns, that's great, because that way we could see how you think, and it's good to follow, to do what you're asked to do. But if you don't, and you have other type of creative work that you that you feel represents you, then throw that in there, and then you're going to have to write an essay in which you talk about why you're interested in the program. But anyway, you just get your foot in the door, and then if you need, you can email me, you can come and meet us. That's not a problem. So you're interested in design, you're in creative track. You may be management, PR. Right? PR. I wanna give you the information from the PR track direction. It's great. What about you?
I'm not part of this major, I'm not in graphic design, but I'm part of the art design club. And it's just a matter, I do entertainment technology, and I'm doing scenic and production design.
Oh, that would be so amazing for you. If you do that, that's great. Let me tell you, last week we had a conference with the Graduate School of Journalism, City College, CUNY School of Journalism, on native advertising or branded content, right? And we had a bunch of people from the New York Times and from these studios that created content and stuff. Anything that's anything that's non-traditional, anything that's about entertainment, about giving people what they want and stuff, doesn't have to be ads. In fact, we look for people like that, people that could bring a different perspective, try something else. This whole field of experiential, branding and all of that. So that sounds great, actually. You see, maybe if you have some advertising campaigns or something like that, great, it would be great to show it. But if you don't, and you have some other type of work that shows your thinking and your creativity, it would be fantastic. That's good. So you're interested in the creative track, right? Or not?
Yeah, well, I'm still I'm in my 3rd semester still, so I still have a while to think about it. But I am starting to think about what I'm going to do after this and everything. So.
Great. No, it's great to start thinking. What about you, sir?
I'm a working as a graphic designer more than 15 years. And like 4 years ago when I moved to America, I decided, oh, actually I have to decide to get a degree because without a degree I can't go anywhere. So this is like 90 plus credit in this college. So I'm towards a bachelor's, but I'm looking for a better one which I can get. I'm in this field like since 2000.
So you're interested in the creative track?
Yeah, I literally I was a painter. I studied painting and stuff like that back in Burma, in Asia. So,
Where are you from?
Burma.
Burma. Ah,
Yeah. Sketch.
ah, nice. Very nice.
So I can do that like 3 to 5 minutes.
Very nice. Very nice.
So, yeah, I'm in the. I used to do this packaging, printing. I work for UNICEF and stuff like that. So.
Nice, nice. What about you?
Well, I'm part of the art and design club,
Uh-huh.
and this is my second year.
Uh-huh.
I'm in the communication design,
Uh-huh.
and focus in graphic design, and I'm here to learn. Although I got like far, it's like I have a few years for me to like graduate and then do my master's, but I'm here to learn.
Oh, great.
I'm here.
Great, great, great. What about you, sir?
Part of the club too, and I have about 6 classes until I graduate, so I just wanted to get more information about the program.
Great. Also, you're also interested in the creative track?
I'm a graphic designer.
Graphic design.
Yeah.
Great. You're here to take pictures, or you're...
Oh, no, I'm a graphic designer too.
Uh-huh.
And I'm planning to get into an internship this summer so I can get more experience of how it is to work in a company and see how people work there and compare to how it is to work in school.
Mm-hmm. Great. What about you?
Hi, I'm the infamous Amira.
Uh-huh.
I'm a senior and I'll be graduating in December hopefully, and I already have my eyes set on big, so January 1st my application should be in since I graduate end of December.
Great.
And I already fell in love with the program, the tour, and I'm just waiting to graduate so I can go.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Creative, like creative
Yes,
track?
I'm in the advertising module
Uh-huh.
here, so creative track for sure.
Fantastic. What about you?
Hi, I'm Keith. I'm actually a freshman in school,
Uh-huh.
and I'm liberal arts, so I'm actually deciding on what my major is going to be, and I really think really interested in the art design club.
Uh-huh.
So I really like the design aspect and the art aspect also. And you talking about the creative that you teach, that creativity can be taught. I like that. That's really awesome.
Uh-huh.
Because I feel like creativity kind of is limited. Like you said. Not a lot. Some people think that it's like you're either really creative or you're not, and you teaching that's pretty cool.
Great, very good. Anybody else wants to? Okay, good. So very quickly, so you know about the program now. Ben, will be here. You could ask him questions. I think it's much better if you ask him because he's one of you. He knows where you're coming from. And he could talk about the process and everything. He could tell you like it is, because I could come here and sell and just tell you wonderful things about the program, but he'll tell you like it really is. So,
The real deal.
the real deal. Yeah. So just to show you a couple of things. Should we go to the Behance? Let's see, where's the Behance? Here. Yeah. So just quickly, this is like some of our student work. We could start with this one. This is like from the Creative Concepts class. It was a campaign for Just for Men, which is like a hair coloring campaign. It's very visual. Gray is old, so she's like the student Naushika Pereira. She's like from Sri Lanka and she works at Queen's College. She gets like tuition for free, I guess, because she works for CUNY. Anyway, so that's one execution. Another one. Again, it's about so that's for Just for Men. Let's see. Another campaign. Yeah, I think my wife is a sweetheart. My neighbor thinks she's a cougar. Basically, you're making your wife old because you look so young. People think it's inappropriate to call my mother honey. She's not my mother. I met my wife in college. No, she wasn't my professor. So that's a different angle, different student. Anyway, we could just like skip to other students. You know, it's like one of the things that we do. Let's look at this one. Castros. One of the things that we do is like one of the first exercises that you do in my class, idea development, is much like you have to develop a brand manual for a brand. You know, like the corporate identity manual, right? We ask students to design a corporate guidelines or identity guidelines for yourself as a human being. So using the language of corporate identity, when you talk about, you know, the typography that you use, how much space, you know, you need to like around the logo, you know, all that language, all that genre, which is like the identity guidelines, kind of like lingo. We ask students to apply that to themselves, and so just basically talk about themselves as if they were a brand, right? So this is like this is from Castro de Roche. He starts talking about like his name deconstruction, and he just talks about, you know, his inheritance, like Haitian, you know, all this stuff. Next one. International integration, globalization, basically all the places he's visited. Style guide, professional style guide, you know. Then, you know, all the different, the preferred colors, secondary, you know, how he likes to dress. Okay, let's see what else. Graphic devices, it's like all these accessories he wears, you know. Tone of voice, and then he was like situational uses, like at work, he just keeps this like loud, you know, sarcasm, honesty, yeah, sarcasm, honesty. With friends, sarcasm, honesty, right? And then he has like some examples of his sarcasm and honesty. Sound design, situational listening, you know, indoor, outdoor, basically the music he loves. Use of photography, then he talks about like his like photographic devices. And then social media use, he's like very careful about how he, you know, shows like curates his own image in social media. So he talks about the use of photography. Much like if you work for a brand, for Citibank, you know, I remember working for Citibank, and then we have these like the guidelines for like photography usage. Like photographs had to be like spontaneous, they couldn't be staged, all of that. Well, he did that about himself. Brand extensions, he has a kid, you know. And brand extensions, again, you know, he talks about the kid, touching things, foreign objects in mouth, baby talk, walking, sleeping. He's cute, so he does no wrong. Brand extensions, again, that's his girlfriend. And so that's that one. Then we could look at Ken's. That's Kenneth. He went to RISD, Ken Sheldon, and